Hello guys, this is the past paper 2018 May-June 31 paper 3 first zone 1. Let's jump into this. It's the simple logarithmic rule. Let's read the question. Showing all necessary working, solve the equation ln x power 4 minus 4 is equals to 4 ln f x minus ln of 4, giving your answer correct to 2 decimal places. Let's directly jump into this. Uh, it will be ln of x power 4 minus 4 is equals to ln of x power 4 minus ln of 4, as the coefficient of ln of x is 4, so the 4 goes to the power of x and it will be x power 4. Using this is a logarithmic rule. We just use that rule in any question we get. So it will be ln of x power 4 minus ln of 4, and after this we again use the logarithmic rule where to the subtraction of 2 ln will be dividing, so it will be x power 4 divided by 4, and after this we remove the ln from both of the sides and we get x power 4 minus 4 is equals to x power 4 divided by 4. So x power 4 divided by 4, so the 4 in the right hand side goes to the left hand side, so it will become 4 times x power 4 minus 4 is equals to x power 4. So after this we multiply and we get 4x power 4 minus 16 is equals to x power 4. So x power 4 from the right hand side comes to the left hand side and it will become 3x power 4 minus 16. So after this the minus 16 goes to the right hand side and it will become 3x power 4 equals to 16. Now dividing by 16 divided by 3, which will become x power 4 equals to 16 divided by 3. After this we just put in the calculator and we get x equals to 1.519. In the question they say we have to write in two decimal places, which means 2 decimal places. So we have to round the number and we get 1.52. Now let's move into the second question. Let's read the question. 2i. Given that sine x minus 60 is equals to 3 cos x minus 45, find the exact value of tan x. So in the exam you will be given a formula sheet and you'll have all the formula there, and the formula you will basically have will be this. Sine a plus b, sine a cos b, you just have to use these and the trigonometric identities. Now let's jump into the solution. Just expanding that, sine x minus 60 will be sine a cos b minus cos a sine b, so x will be a and b will be 60, so it will be sine x cos 60 minus cos x sine 60 is equals to 3 times cos x minus 45 will be this cos a cos b plus sine a sine b, so it will be 3 times cos a cos 45 plus sine x sine 45. Now after this we replace the value, so cos 60 will be 1 over 2, so it will be I like to memorize this because it will be faster, and you need to memorize this. It's better to memorize all these sine a plus b formulas and sine a minus b formulas. Or by practicing more and more you can memorize it yours by self. Like after you do many questions you will know automatically. So it's not like you memorize or something. So cos 60 here will be 1 over 2, so it will be sine x over 2, and sine 60 will be root 3 over 2, so it will be root 3 cos x divided by 2, which is equals to 3 cos x divided by root 2, which is cos 45 is 1 over 2 and sine 45 is also 1 over 2. It will be cos x times 1 over 2 plus sine x times 1 over 2. Therefore we after this we take 1 over 2 common in the left hand side, so it will be sine x minus root 3 of cos x. Now after this and again we take 3 over root 2. We take 1 over root 2 common in the left hand side, so it will be uh, 1 over root 3 over root 2 cos x plus sine x. Now after this we will have sine x minus root 3 cos x equals to 2 from the left hand side goes to the right hand side, and it will be 6 over root 2. So after this 6 over root 2 is as same as writing as 3 over root 2. So we write 6 over root 2 as 3 over root 2, and we multiply the left hand side. We just keep the right hand side left hand side the same thing. So it is 3 root 2 cos x plus 3 root 2 sin x. Now after this we take the 3 root 2 sin x and take the sin x from the left hand side to the right hand side, and it will become 3 root 2 sin x minus sin x, and 3 root 2 cos x from the right hand side to the left hand side, and it will be minus 3 root cos x minus 3 root 2 cos x. And after this sin x, we take the sin x common in the left hand side, and it will be 3 root 2 minus 1 is equals to cos x minus root 3 minus 3 root 2. So after this we divide cos x in the both side, or the cos x from the right hand side goes to the left hand side, and it will be sin x divided by cos x equals to minus root 3 minus 3 root 2 divided by 3 root 2 minus 1. It's just a simple mathematical thing. So after this tan x will be equal to minus root 3 minus 3 root 2 divided by 3 root 2 minus 1. Now after this let's move to the second question. They just give the same equation and tell us to solve this for find the angle of that. So after this we can write this as it as tan x equals to minus root 3 minus 3 root 2 divided by 3 root 2 minus 1. After this x equals to tan inverse minus root 3 minus 3 root 2 divided by 3 root 2 minus 1, and which will be equals to minus 61.51 degrees. Now you have to use the cast rule or the rule, whatever rule you want, but I like to use the cast rule because it's super easy to learn, but I don't know if you will learn if you find it easy, but I use the cast rule. So if it's a case of tan, we add 180 degrees to find the 180 degree or 360 degree or multiples of 180. We use the multiples of 180 and add. So we add 180 plus minus 61.5. So it will be 118.5 degree, and again I use 180 times 2, so it's 360 is the multiple of 180, so 360 minus 161.51, so which will be 298.5. I also could use 180 times 3 minus 61.5, but this is say we have to get the value between 0 to 360. So minus 61.5 does not lie between 0 to 360, so I cannot use that. So what we have to use is 118.5 and 298.5. Guys, always remember to use the angle they have given, angle between, like, so they sometimes give 0 to 180, or they might give 0 to pi. In that case you have to give your answer in the form of radians or in the form of pi. So now I have to write in the form of degrees. So never forget to write the answer in the gap, in the range they have given. If you don't write, you will lose. If you don't write x equals to 298.5, you will lose 1 marks. So always write this two things. So now let's move on to the next question. A curve has equation y equals to e power 3x divided by tan x over 2. Find the x coordinates of the stationary points of the curves in the interval 0, x and pi. Give your answer correct to 3 decimal places. Let's jump into this, guys. A stationary point is the point where gradient is 0. So to find the gradient of a curve, we have to derivate the curve first. So we have to derivate this curve, which is e power 3x divided by 10x power 2 x divided by 2, sorry. To derivate this curve, we have to use the quotient rule or product rule. It's the same thing. It just matter how you use. It just matters. It doesn't matter how you use, but use anyone. But here I'm in this video, I'm going to show you by using the quotient rule. So derivatives of e power 3x divided by 10x over 2, which will be d over dx, derivation of e power 3x times 10 times x over 2. We keep the 10 as it is, just we don't do anything to the 10, but we derivate the e power 3x minus e power 3x. Now we keep the e power 3x as it is, and we derivate 10x over 2. So divided by gx squared, like it's in the formula, which will be 10x over 2. We square the 10x over 2, which will be 10 square x over 2. Now after this, we derivate e power 3x, which will be the e power 3x times d divided by dx is 3x. We derivate 3x again, times 10x over 2 minus derivatives of 10x over 2 will be sec square x over 2, times we derivate the angle inside it, so d divided by dx times x divided by 2 times e power 3x divided by 10 square x over 2. Now after this, derivatives of d divided by dx 3x will be 3 times d over dx x derivatives times, we just take out the 3 outside, so it will be just to make you more easy to understand, I just took out the 3 outside. So d divided by dx x times 10 x over 2 times e power 3x minus 1 over 2 d divided by dx x times sec square x over 2 times e power 3x. Now after this, d over dx x will be 1, so tan x over 2 times 3 e power 3x minus sec square x over 2 times e power 3x divided by 2. Because d over dx is 1, so I think no one has problem till now. The equation will be like this: 3 tan x over 2 times e power 3x minus sec square x over 2 times e power 3x divided by 2 divided by tan square x over 2. It's better to derivate everything first, because in the mark scheme sometimes they want the exact derivation in the beginning. You cannot multiply the denominator by 0 in the beginning, because you might lose the marks. So it's better to do full derivation and do the rest later. Now here's the trick part. We have 2 in the denominator, so 2 times 3. So we're taking the LCM, so 2 times 3, 2 times 3 will be 6 minus sec square x over 2 times e power 3x. So 2 goes down here, will be 2 tan square x over 2. So 2 tan square x, when it's equal to 0, everything in the denominator will be equal to 0. So we can write like this. So we can write like 6 tan x over 2 times e power 3x minus sec square x over 2 times e power 3x. You could remove e power 3x now or later, it doesn't matter actually. So it will be 6 tan x over 2 times e power 3x minus e power 3x 1 plus tan square x over 2. Sec square x over 2 is 1 plus tan square x over 2. So we just expand sec square x over 2, which will be 1 plus tan square x over 2. And now we can remove e power 3x, because they both have e power 3x, so we can take e power 3x and divide 0 divided by e power 3x, which will be 0. So we can remove e power 3x, so it will be, when you open the bracket, it will be minus tan square x over 2 plus 6 tan x over 2 minus 1 equals to 0. So after this we take the minus common, it will be in the form of ax square plus bx plus c, and after the derivative, we find the value of tan x over 2, which will be solving this in we get tan x over 2 is equals to 5.828 and 0.1717157, and after this x over 2 equals to 1.401 comma 0.170. Make sure your calculator is in the radians. Angles will be in the form of radians, because they have stated in the beginning of the question that angles will be in the form of radians, and after this we multiplied both by 2 and we get 2.8 and 0.340. Thank you guys.